I want to introduce you to Julian now at 1:09. And Julian runs Adelaide Security and Investigation. Julian, welcome. How are you?
Great, thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. I'm well, thank you. Thank you very much indeed for chatting to us. How was Christmas?
Oh, yeah, had a good Christmas, lots of food, and spent it with the family, which was really nice.
That's wonderful. That's great. Now, tell our listeners first and foremost what Adelaide Security and Investigation is.
So, basically, we're a private investigation firm. We do surveillance, we do process serving, which is serving court documents. We've got security guards, yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
Okay, so give me I mean, obviously without being specific, but give me an example of something that might have spiked, for example, in the last 5 or 6 months that you're doing more of.
Yeah, well, Mark, it's quite interesting that we've seen a real spike in cheating spouses. Approximately about 30% increase in inquiries for that service. I think it might be due to the fact that due to the coronavirus, a lot of people have got flexible working conditions and a lot more people working from home, so there's a lot more opportunity for people to be getting up to mischief, and I think we've noticed partners have been wanting to tap into that.
Okay, so, and again, without being obviously too specific, but what is the process once someone comes to you and says, I'm concerned about my partner? What is then the process that occurs from your point of view?
Yeah, so we usually ask a few questions to get a bit of an idea of what's going on. There's usually a few red flags that we notice, things like the partner's not answering their phone, they're being a bit shady about their movements, who they're with, what they're up to, and obviously this creates concern for our clients. So if we're able to sort of hone in on these days and times that they're noticing these odd behaviours, we generally are able to go out there and see what's going on and actually be the eyes and ears for the client, and to actually, in a lot of circumstances, get the evidence that they're looking for, and it gives a lot of client closure and an opportunity to move on with their lives and just to know the truth and know what's really actually going on.
Okay, that's interesting. So I'm getting the feeling that you don't sort of do anything after that. You just hand that detail, that information, that report to the client, who then takes responsibility for whatever they want to do.
Yeah, we're purely a fact-finding mission, so we're there just to observe, just to see what's going on, and obviously we don't get involved in any way. We're not trying to honey trap anyone or trick people, but we're just purely observing what's going on and being able to provide that evidence back to the client in a report with photographs, videos, and whatever they need to find that closure in a lot of the circumstances. But saying that as well, sometimes we do have clients who aren't sure, and sometimes we're able to say, hey, look, actually your partner's honest, they're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to worry about, we haven't noticed any red flags or odd behaviour there, and for a lot of clients that can be a bit of an encouragement that that they're on the right track. Yeah,
that everything's okay. Well, I guess if you're chatting to someone at a party, if someone knows what you do, I presume one of the questions they'd ask you is what sort of training or what qualifications do you need to be an investigator? Can you enlighten us on that?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm an ex-police officer myself.
Right.
And yep. Our staff and employees either have police training or ex-military, or they're veterans that have been doing this for a very long time, so they've got a lot of experience, and they're very good at what they do.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I love watching police drama. I really enjoy it. And back when you were a police officer and you mentioned training, are you sort of taught, and again, I hope you don't mind me asking this, but are you sort of taught to look for different, physical traits when you're interviewing someone, for example, to check to see whether they're telling the truth or perhaps not?
Yeah, well, actually, the police do provide very good training, and it makes a huge difference having that experience and knowing the right questions to ask, being able to fact check and just to get an overall picture. I think the police provide excellent training in that area, so that does go a long way and helps us to do our job a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I know we started off with this, but what other services does your company offer?
Yeah, so we do security guards as well, but unfortunately this year that's been a bit quiet due to a lot of events and weddings and birthdays and things like that have been really restricted. So we have seen a bit of a decline in demand for that service. But one other area that we do a lot of work in is process serving court documents.
Yes.
We're definitely getting a lot of work coming through from law firms and also private individuals. We're able to serve family court documents, divorce papers. I think that has also increased this year because there's been a lot of stress on partnerships and families, and unfortunately, when they get to breaking point, then that's when the lawyers get involved, and
of course,
we are able to help, but we do it in a obviously professional, polite way. I know sometimes you might see in the movies the process servers are there and they sort of shove the documents in the face and be like, "Oh, you've been served," but we don't really take that approach.
No,
we're polite about it,
yeah.
and sometimes we're able to explain the process to both parties, so it's all done amicably and professionally.
That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Julian, thank you. Adelaide what is it? Adelaide Security.
Security and Investigation.
And Investigation. Have you got a website?
Yes, you can find us at www.asiservices.net, or our telephone number is 087 007 0105.